Fantastic, very well done.
Hakika dawa ya deni ni kulipa. Na iwapo hujaanza kulipa mkopo wa elimu wa juu almaarufu HELB, basi jitayarishe kupambana na serikali. Waziri wa elimu Amina Mohamed amesema kuwa Wakenya 74,000 wanaodaiwa wameanza kusakwa.
I hope that everybody is actually listening. I hope that we'll be able to achieve this too. We are also going to partner with our law enforcement agencies to track down those that are holding, the defaulters that are holding jobs and yet reluctant to stand up to be counted as reliable and responsible citizens of our country.
Change my heart, oh God, make it ever true. Change my heart, oh God, may I be like you. Change my heart, oh it ever true. Change my heart.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. Gilbert Mutai has resorted to unconventional means to highlight his own plight. The 25-year-old graduated with a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering from the Technical University in December last year. But contrary to his expectations, like most of his peers have realized, jobs are not easy to come by.
Most of the youth Kenyans wako jobless, hawana kazi, wako tu home mtaani, hawana kazi.
Sending my CVs to various companies.
After getting used to piles of rejection, he opted to position himself on strategic intersections, hoping to catch the eye of prospective employers.
He retreats to Nairobi's Uhuru Park every day, part of a ritual that starts with fruitless trips to offices in the city center in search of employment.
I've come maybe to check out for opportunities here.
But John Kariuki isn't just any other job hunter. His journey to this pleasant point in time reads like a tragic story. Often while still in primary, John studied hard and was awarded a scholarship at Starehe Boys Center. There, he sat his KCSE exams in 2003 and attained an enviable mean grade of A-. At Kenyatta University, he struggled to pay fees, the Higher Education Loans Board financing covering just a fraction of his needs. Years later, in 2013, he was able to finally graduate with a degree in biotechnology, but that degree is yet to make the difference he longed for.
I tried to get some job in the schools. I could not. Okay, so I mean, this state is a bad state. It's an unfortunate state.
4 years after graduating with a degree in biotechnology, John Kariuki is still stuck in an unemployment rut.
My name is Steven Obiambo and I'm 24 at the moment and I live in Makadara, Makongeni. I was born here and I grew up here. Those people we grew up with, today most of them, their lives are ruined. Most of them actually. Some of them died, they were killed because they were robbers. Some became pickpocketers. Since I completed my university, I haven't gotten any job. So I've also applied for a lot, but unfortunately they have not been successful.
That's all through. Nimekuwa nikizunguka hapa kwenda barua kutafuta watoto chakula and some school fees for the. So I've been struggling all through. And at the same time, I actually tried to reach some people to assist me to get a job. But so far, I have not been able to be successful.
Change my heart, oh God. May I be like you. You are the potter.
You come out of the womb, and within 4 years, you've only just got here. You're sitting at a desk with an authority figure representing the state's version of everything in front of you, telling you when you have to be there, when you can leave, when you can speak, when you can go to the toilet, when you can eat, what is, what isn't, what's possible, what's not possible, and the nature of everything. And this goes on all the way through your formative years, into higher education, if that's where you go. And it's a download of normal, a perception of normal. What I call it the postage stamp consensus. It's a narrow band of sense of the possible, which has basically been repeated, one of the greatest forms of mind control, repetition, 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 all the way through your formative years. You then go out from there into the institutions. You become a journalist, you become a politician, you become a doctor, you become a scientist, you become a CEO, whatever. And you take with you into those institutions this core version of normal. And when you go as a young person into those institutions are already pillars, solidified concrete pillars of the same sense of normal. So now you've left school, but where you're working is still confirming to you that the madhouse is sane. The number of people in full knowledge of what they're doing is tiny. So people are daily, different parts of this global web structure, playing a part in pushing the world in the direction I'm talking about, to this centralized world dictatorship, without realizing that's what they're doing. What you need to do is control the perceptions of the population, because perception is everything. Perception dictates what you believe, what you don't believe, what you'll challenge, what you won't challenge, what you'll accept, you won't accept, support, everything. Once they've got your perceptions, they've got you, and they've got your life, and they've got the collective perception, they have humanity. This is why they want to control the information that people receive and to marginalize alternative ways of looking at the world, because where do perceptions come from? They come from information received. It might be a personal experience, information, or it might be the 10 o'clock news. But with most people it's going to be the 10 o'clock news, but it's information. So if you want people to have a certain perception of a world event, the world in general, of who we are and the nature of reality, then control what people receive, and then you'll control their perception. So when I look at the world, I see vast numbers of people who are perceptually programmed. And when I break it down in the book, when you look at a human life, it's basically a perceptual programming and download from cradle to grave. You come out of the womb and immediately you're influenced by your parents in terms of your perceptions. And they're not being malevolent, most of the time anyway, the vast majority, but they've been through the system you're about to go through, the process you're about to go through. They've bought it, accepted it as normal, accepted the crazy place to be sane, and therefore out of wanting to do right for you, they'll pass those perceptions on to you. Because what they do is this, they'll give you an excuse, oh, we've got to stop jihadis. Okay, right. So, oh yeah, we stop jihadis. Okay. And then, not jihadis anymore, it's people like me. It's and other people that are questioning the official narrative, and they pull them in. So the alternative media is under tremendous pressure now, and suppression, because it's challenging the narrative, and that changes perception. Change perception, you change the world.